Yeah, so I'm in the middle of developing some black and white film. Ilford HP5. Have a data sheet I put together based on Ilford's data sheet essentially. I'm just printed out and binded it myself. Waiting on the chemicals to get to temperature, and then once that's good, I'm just going to go ahead and develop. I have the HP5 pushed one stop to 800. I like the increased contrast that gives, and because I'm shooting mostly medium format, some of this is 35, but I don't really see a difference in the grain when I do that push, but that increase in contrast is really nice, and I think pretty similar honestly to Tri-X, if not T-Max. I think that's a better way to put it. I'm using Ilfosol 3 chemicals right now, so that 800 push time is about 10 minutes or so at the 75 or 24 degrees Celsius temperature, so prefer that just to cut down on the development time. I also have a roll of Ilford Delta 100, I believe it is. We're going to be developing that as well, just so I can get that out the way. But this is really more so with regards to the HP5 being pushed to stop. I think it's a really interesting look, the way it gains that contrast, shows the versatility of the film. I have some other images that I shot as well. I have some in my negative book. I can grab those really quick. I should probably grab those. I'm gonna grab those. So yeah, I found some. At some point I'll start developing those, but yeah, they have a ridiculous increase in contrast, like in a good way. And I'll probably put the like actual images that I make in the darkroom. I'll scan those and probably put them in the video so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna start developing now and see what we get from that. So luckily enough, because I'm monitoring with my phone, I have the time code up so I can use that as my dev timer. Sit this in the bath just so it can kind of keep the temp. Slide the mic over a bit this way. Oh my gosh, this is so much better. You know, so originally I moved the developing tank that I have right here off the table for the microphone and everything, and now I kind of can put it back up here. So I guess I'll do that too after I finish this agitation. Oh wow, this is great. This is a game changer. Look at this. Look at this. But yeah, so like I was saying, I'm shooting HP5 400, but I'm shooting it push to stop to 800 for that increase in contrast. I think HP5 at its box speed is lacking contrast, which is not necessarily a bad thing for me, at least. I don't mind that, but I think having it push to stop to 800 just gives it a bit more versatility. I feel good using it indoors and getting good shutter speeds and things like that. So I was agitating for quite some time. I think the process of developing black and white films now is fairly simple. The advancement in chemicals, I mean, there's one shots and actually mono baths like the one that Cine still makes. So I think developing black and white film has become very economical for photographers if they're wanting to take on that extra work and time themselves. Had to make sure I get a good agitation this time. Waiting this part out, I have about 30 seconds left. Well, I'd say more like a minute just to play it safe. I have about a minute left before I need to go ahead and put the stop bath in. So this is the stop bath. I kind of just pour until I'm filling up the entire thing, since stop bath can be reused. You just want to make sure you cover it all, and then you're just kind of agitating this constantly. I go for about 30 seconds, even though it says 10, just to be safe. And this is the stop bath from Kodak. I think that's long enough. The last one that we use is the fixer. Kind of like the stop bath, it's also reusable. So I just pour until I'm covering all of the film. I start to see some of the liquid come to the top, and then after it's processed, I pour it back into the container so that it can be reused. So with the fixer, the rapid fixer, I go for 5 minutes. I know it says between 2 and 5 minutes. I always err longer. I don't see it harming the film. While this is fixing, I guess, I had the opportunity to take the Mamiya 6 to a basketball game, and so they let me actually take the Mamiya 6 in, and I had some HP5 and some slide films, and so I shot the HP5, pushed a stop at 800, and it let me get slightly higher shutter speed, which is really good. And I think that the shots that I was able to capture were pretty good, and that the increased contrast added to the overall atmosphere of the game. I thought it was really good, and it made me excited to use this film in situations like that. Like, I'm interested now to try that, but maybe push 2 stop towards that 1600 to give me another increase in that light that I can pull in when I'm taking the images, and see what that'll allow me to create, you know. So I'm really interested in what Ilford's HP5 will allow me to do as far as pushing that envelope. I haven't really stuck with a single black and white film. I've always jumped around quite a bit, and so it'll be interesting to see what it's like to shoot just this one black and white film for the next couple months and put it in different environments and in its different paces. Pushing it, or maybe even pulling it down to 200. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like, I think they mentioned that you can do that, so that'll be really cool as well. So gonna be shooting this HP5 for a while and seeing what I can create. I'm also excited to get into the darkroom and do some printing with the HP5. I've been practicing that as well. I have some sheets that I've been practicing over here, HP5 at box speed. Yeah, I wonder if I can show those. Here we go. So yeah, I was shooting some Ilford HP5 at box speed. So this is on some Ilford multigrade. I think this was pearl. This was pearl paper here. Good contrast. I gave it some time. I had it a contrast grade of 3 to give it some contrast, because I shot it at box speed and it's pretty flat. Alright, I need a clip. So yeah, that's that. And turn this way. See, can you all see me? How does this look? So behind me is the Ilford HP5 that's drying currently, and I decided that for the next couple months I'd be shooting this as my exclusive black and white film stock. I think for some of the photo trips and projects I have coming up, I'll still be shooting color film for that. Most likely slide film or Ektar. I think those are going to be my choices with regards to color. Back to HP5. I found myself really intrigued to explore HP5 more myself, and I think the best way to do that is to shoot it extensively and exclusively with regards to my black and white work for the next couple months, and share kind of my thoughts and feelings around it with regards to that. I think I'm maybe 2 weeks into shooting HP5, pushing it. Right now I've only pushed it to 800 like I mentioned earlier when I was developing, but I do want to see what the scenarios look like at 16, 32, and even 6400. I'll be interested to see how the grain looks and how the image holds up. Developing it is going to be quite fun. Regardless, I'm super excited to be doing this, and I can't wait to show you all of the results. What I get from the film, both scanning it in and printing in the darkroom. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun, and I can't wait to show you all the results. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to be doing this and to be creating these videos, and so all of you that stick around and watch this, I do really appreciate it, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you about photography and my process in it. If you're new here, my name is Bliss, and I'm a photographer, traveler, artist, whatever you want to call me, here on YouTube. And I make videos about photography and my process and experience with it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.